Hello and welcome back to Vegas Aces videos. My name is Heather Ferris and I'll be your host for today. Now on this live stream, we are going to be talking about casino parties and convention dealing with our special guest, Angela Marie. Hey!
Hello.
Really excited about this. Now, before we get started, I just want to remind you to subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you're always notified of our latest videos and live streams. If you're new to this channel and this is your first time here, my name is Heather Ferris, and I'm an adjunct professor at UNLV, content creator, consultant, and I've been involved with the casino industry for over 15 years. We created Vegas Aces as a way to help people learn how to play and deal casino table games, and as a way to give back to our community, we offer a free dealing trade school where we help place dealers at no cost. Now, on with the show. So it is awesome to have you.
Hi. Hi. Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome, and we are really happy to have you here. I am so excited. Not only are we doing this video, this interview and everything, but we have a special announcement for everyone real quick. The announcement is Angela is joining Vegas Aces, and she is going to be a host for our YouTube channel. Yay! So excited. Thank you, Angela. Much appreciated.
Oh, I'm excited you asked me to do this. So thank you.
Now, before we move on, I want to know more about you. If you could please do us a favor, tell us a little bit more about you, a little bit more about your background, where you're from, how did you get to Las Vegas, how did you get into dealing, and then also tell us a little bit about your experiences with casino dealing.
Well, you got it. Well, so I always describe myself as an entertainer, performer, and a Vegas Girl Friday. And why I do that is because I'm lucky enough in this crazy city that we live in that I get to do all of those things. So I am a professional singer, host, actress, MC. That's what I went to college for. I went to performing arts high school before that, and I've performed all over the world. But the dealing came in after I had been living in China for almost 2 years. I came to Las Vegas and I was looking at entertainment jobs. And honestly, as I was walking around, I kind of went, wow, the real entertainers are on the floor. And no, so I had never even shuffled a deck of cards before moving to Vegas. Came from a military family and we just did not play cards or gamble. So coming here and seeing that, I saw these amazing dealers on the floor, and every one of them had their own little 6-foot stage, which was their table, and seeing that these people were making amazing incomes by just having fun and playing. And some of them were kind of dancing and some of them were kind of singing, and they were doing it all behind this table, but in a very safe corporate environment. I went, oh, that's what I want to do. And so I had just moved back to Vegas and I went into a job agency that places dealers. And within about, I think it was 2 weeks, I had my first casino interview, and it just kind of spiraled from there.
That is so cool.
And I loved it. And although I'm not currently dealing in a casino or the casino environment, I still absolutely do love to deal. And there's loads of other places you can do that. And I love being involved with new games and just gaming in general. So, and now I get to do it all. I can sing with my 80s band at night and I can deal at a party during the day.
So. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about, there's other ways to deal casino table games without having to deal in a casino. And that is the topic of our day, that is the topic of today's conversation. But real quick beforehand, do you want to give a shout out to your 80s band? Maybe give a little prop or something?
Absolutely. I would love, thanks. I'd love to. So I'm lucky enough to sing with a group of absolutely amazing professionals, and we're called 88 Miles Per Hour, and we are a full-on 5-piece 80s tribute band. And my drummer is from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and my bass player is from Hoobastank. my guitar player has been with everything from Blue Man to Cirque du Soleil. And then my keyboard player is known as Sonics the Mad Scientist. And he's been with Run DMC and some other artists in that genre for years. So it's this really great collection of professionals. And yeah, we're just full on neon and leg warmers. And it's been a little slow lately. Of course, as we all know, the world was turned upside down, but we hope to be back to it pretty soon. We've been able to pull some small things as, you know, capacities increase. So really looking forward to being back on big stages with them. So 88 miles per hour if you need an 80s band.
That's really, really exciting. And then do you have a website or social media links or some way that people could contact you or find you?
So I'm terrible about social media, and I'm the first person to admit that. I think I just grew up in a different era. But you can reach me at angelawyman@gmail.com. And I do reply to everything that comes through, even if it's just to tell you not to send me that kind of picture again. But I do respond to everything that comes through. I also have a YouTube channel under Angela Marie. I don't tend to post many things, but I always relink and do for things that I've done with like Wizard of Oz or anything that I do with Heather. So that gets relinked on there, and you can contact me through there as well. So that's pretty much the best ways.
Sweet. That is so awesome. So if you guys need a band, an 80s band, email her. Definitely book them for sure. That is so cool. Like, and you have so many amazing people. That's really exciting. That's so cool.
I feel so blessed to just be with such amazing people that make me be better. And I've been lucky enough. I've worked, you know, as a professional entertainer since I was 19. So I've been in all kinds of shows, from, you know, proper stage shows and legitimate theater to dinner theater. And so getting to do something like this, which is what I really want to do, you know, just the big explosion of neon, just make people happy for 2 hours. It's the best thing ever.
That's so awesome. That is so awesome. Well, yeah, so next time when conventions are up and they're running, and you're, like I said, you're going to be here, you're going to be hosting. If you ever like have a convention coming up, or if you ever have something where you want to promote, you know, the 80s band, feel free. 88 miles per hour. I should get the name right.
Back to the Future reference, you know, you got to get up to 88 miles per hour. So
you gotta, otherwise it just won't work.
And otherwise the car just crashes and it's the end of Marty McFly, and it's a really short movie. Nobody wants it.
Yeah, the doc would be upset. So before we go on, before we go on, so would you tell people what were your experiences with dealing? Like, once you got the job as the dealer, what did you like? What did you dislike? Like, do you have anything that really sticks out in your head or your mind? Any advice that you want to give people who have never dealt before and maybe are looking to get in the industry and they see exactly what you saw and they want to be that entertainer? Do you have any advice for them?
Lots. So I'll try to keep it brief. One of the things would just be, don't get frustrated and keep an open mind. It's when you first start out, it's like learning any new thing. You're learning a whole new industry. You're learning a whole new lingo. You're learning a whole new world. So don't get frustrated. Be patient with yourself. It takes time to learn how to deal a game, any game. And they used to make jokes that like, oh, well, you know, a trained dog could deal that game. Well, maybe if that trained dog had opposable thumbs and a great personality, but
right.
Be patient. It will take time. But once you have those base skills down, the fact that you do have that more outgoing or entertainer type personality, you're going to rake it in. You'll do great. But definitely be gentle on yourself when you're first learning. And like any business, every casino is different. Not just from every jurisdiction, but literally right down the road from each other. So if you find yourself in a place where it's just not quite your vibe, it probably isn't about the job itself. It's probably just the atmosphere. So don't feel like it's you and don't feel like it's the job. Go try it at another casino. I personally loved working in downtown casinos. And so they don't have quite as much like as working on the strip casino. But I loved that I got to have my locals and a whole different flavor of tourist. So yes, and I worked in some dives and I loved them. I had a great time. That fit me better. I didn't want to work in the casino where they were going to weigh me in. And I didn't want to work in a casino where I was going to have to like make sure I had my nail polish not chipped. That didn't work for me. But good for those that it does work for. God love ya. Go make your money. To each their own.
You bring up a really, really great point. Like, you don't have to work in the casino and you could still be a casino dealer. So what are some other ways people can do that?
So again, when the world reopens and conventions are going, you can be a convention dealer. And I know that sounds kind of, what, weird? No. So think of, and so long as you know the basic games, you know, if you're going to have to know blackjack, know basic roulette, and know basic craps. There are agencies that will hire you to work a booth at a convention doing that. Now, odds are you're not, I love them because they're less stressful. You're not going to be working with real money. You're going to be working with some kind of ticket, token, raffle type of thing. But your job is just to engage the players. So that's really where like the entertainment part of it comes in. They don't want someone to stand there and dummy up and deal. They want someone who's going to bring people to their booth and then play some fun hands of cards with them. So that's in like the conventions, and a lot of conventions do. I've done them anywhere from conventions that only had like 50 exhibitors all the way up to conventions that had 50,000, you know, that's a slight exaggeration, but 5,000 exhibitors kind of thing. And for businesses who are everything from journalism companies to merchandising tote bag companies have hired me to deal different games. And those are wonderful. And if you're interested in that, you just, whatever market you're in, you simply do a Google search for convention dealers. Or a lot of times you can even look at the type of agencies that would place booth models and brand ambassadors. And most of them, even if they don't have a separate page for it, they love receiving a resume from somebody that has those skills because it is a more limited skill. So yeah, I did that myself. I've often sent my resume to convention staff agencies that don't have a page for that. And, you know, I do a little cover letter that just says, hey, I recognize that you don't have a separate tab for this, but here's a skill set I bring in case you need it. And that almost always led to a job. So highly recommend doing that. Yeah, it's a great way to get it.
And they have here in Las Vegas, I know G2E is a really big one where they need a lot of dealers. And then same with Cutting Edge, they need dealers as well. And there's conventions throughout, of course, Las Vegas, there's always conventions, but there's conventions throughout the year where they may need a dealer here and there. And of course, besides conventions, you also have casino parties. And casino parties, you could find those all throughout America. I mean, any state you're in, you could pretty much find a company that is a casino party that is looking to hire people who are dealers. And two, one more thing with casino parties, if you want to practice your dealing skills without having to pay to go to school, being hired as a dealer by a casino party is fantastic because then you get that practice in and you get paid for practicing.
Yes, that is a great point. You're getting paid to practice your skills in a less stressful environment. Because honestly, at least at any of the like house parties that I've dealt at type of thing, again, they're not dealing in real money. They're dealing in tokens or pretzels or whatever it is. So they care much more about, yes, you got to be able to count to the right numbers and keep that game going, but it gives you that little bit less stress while you're first learning about making sure your payouts are exactly correct. I'm not saying to like, that's not important, but at least at a house party, it's not as big of a deal.
You don't have the eye in the sky up there watching your every move.
Exactly. So, and I will point out that Vegas Aces places dealers in casinos all across, but this is also something that you can be placed with Vegas Aces with if you're looking to do conventions or house parties or casino parties. So, just put that out there, guys.
Awesome. Well, is there anything else you want to say about casino parties or conventions before we end this?
No, pretty much just if you're thinking that you want to give it a try, give it a try. If you're already that curious about it, you've got nothing to lose, go for it. You know, it is a really fun, can be a really fulfilling job. So give it a shot.
Very, very good advice. And again, I am really looking forward to having Angela on, join us, be a part of Vegas Aces and this YouTube channel. You will be seeing more videos hosted by Angela in the future. Again, really looking forward to that. And Angela, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being interviewed. Thank you just for being a part of this. Really do appreciate it.
You're very welcome. I'm happy to be here, happy to meet all of you guys, and happy to do anything with Vegas Aces channel. So, guys, I happen to know this girl personally, and she's got some good husband stuff. She does a great thing, and I love what you're putting back out there and trying to help people get into this world. So,
thank you. Really do appreciate it. Okay, and then here we go. We are doing the rest of this. That does it for today's show. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Please join us again next time. We have a video or live stream every Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Until then, this is Heather Ferris and Angela Marie with Vegas Aces, reminding you that education can change the world. Have a good one, everyone.
Bye, guys.